Thanks for having me.
And we are going to start with your presentation. So,
sorry, it's not going to be in French, unfortunately. Still trying to get along. Also, it's going to be really quick since Loic was so kind to give me like 10 minutes spot to tell you a lot of things about Sylius future. So I have like half minute for every slide. There was a timer somewhere.
Time. Now they are trapped.
Okay. So now since you are all here, so first, thank you for the invitation, having me here. So it's actually my first time in France for quite some time. To those of you who might not know me yet, I am the new, I don't like this word, but they say I'm CEO of Sylius. So, but yeah, I'm the new executive at Sylius. And here I am today to tell you a little bit more on the top level about the Sylius future and what is about to come next. So, about the Sylius future. So some wise people say that in order to understand the future, you better know where are you coming from. So I will probably start with a little bit of history, how Sylius was created, when it was created. So originally Sylius started in 2010 as a greenfield project of a guy who was named Paweł Jędrzejewski. It was named by his mother and aunt, since the project was essentially meant to drive their e-commerce business, family business. And then 1 year later, Paweł was just too lazy to maintain it on his own, so he decided to open source it. Then a lot of great things happened, starting with the alpha development 10 years ago. So the first version of what we know Sylius today started 10 years ago, followed by the first software house that was founded on top of Sylius, called Lakion by the time. Anyone know Lakion? So head up. It's like 2 people. 3. Okay. So that was the first agency that was professionally doing Sylius. Now there's like over 60 partners all over the world. The company doesn't exist anymore. Anyways, starting with 2016, the first version of the stable, first development of the stable version that was later released in 2017 started. And in 2018, the professional solution partner program started. So, and I guess many of you are here due to that event. And earlier this year, actually, a few weeks ago, Sylius was acquired by 2 individuals, one of who am I. So, this is why I'm here today, to tell you a little bit about the Sylius presence before we jump into the future. So about the present. I would like to start with answering some rumors, because I guess there's a lot of doubts about the thing that actually one of the Sylius partner agency acquired Sylius, which is not entirely true, because Sylius was acquired by Damian, this gray guy, and myself privately. So there's no connection between Bitback and Sylius other than we founded Bitback and we are still executives there. Still, because this might change, we bought Sylius. So we have no intention to revolutionize, to do any kind of revolution. So we will continue the mission Sylius started. So since we know it pretty well, and we are too lazy inventing things on our own. So this is why we'll probably continue the mission as it started. So we believe that Sylius is a great product as it is. So we are here just to connect the dots and to continue the great mission started by the core team in 2010. So there's not going to be any kind of merger between Bitback and Sylius. Sylius will remain Sylius, that's it. And that's a promise that's recorded by now. So you can sue me if anything changes. But anyways, we will not mix those 2 companies. So Bitback will remain an e-commerce agency, and Sylius will remain Sylius. And last but not least, there's not going to be any Monopoly games. So this is why I'm here to talk to as many of you on how we could improve the partner program, how we could improve the product, so that we can make it all better for the benefit of everyone. So we are not going to, suck Sylius into Bitback or do whatever of this stuff, especially if you take a look at what drives Sylius, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more next, it will make more logical sense. Not only, you know, from the emotional point of view, but also logically, it doesn't make sense to follow this strategy. Yeah, anyways, so, oh, that's always something breaks. So what's going to happen next? And yeah, and why so Sylius? So what Sylius is today? Yeah, actually, what I call Sylius at the moment is it's an e-commerce framework for any e-commerce experience. And what we would like to do next, if we would like to continue the mission. So we would like to call Sylius more a framework. We would like it to be more closer to the Symfony community. We would like to enhance the developer experience, which I'm sure Mateusz is going to tell you more about, and Loic during their speeches. But yet, in order to know how to proceed and understand where the underlying Sylius value is better understand to what makes Sylius so great. So so we decided to write a few contexts on how to make Sylius better and what makes it so great. And just quickly, we know that what makes it great are the partners, the open source product, the community, the merchants that run Sylius, the Sylius Plus, the commercial version of the product, and the Sylius plugin store. So we decided to approach the vision of tomorrow by basically splitting our ideas into each of these contexts. Take our experience we gathered working with Sylius, take the experience we can get from the internal core team, and last but not least, the experience from the ecosystem. So key thing to remember, everything I'm going to tell you about is only a vision of us as new managers, the internal team. But yet the final state-of-art version of the roadmap is going to be announced publicly after we get the feedback from partners, from community, from merchants, because we should also listen to you before we decide on how do we proceed next. Starting with partners, here are our ideas on how we could improve. So first, we know that every partnership should work both directions, and I know that Sylius was not always providing its partners with many leads. So it worked great in the sense that you were giving us great Sylius Plus referrals and it drove us commercially, but we should do the same for you. And we should launch, therefore we will launch a landing page where we could gather professional services, business leads, which we could eventually distribute over the partner network. This would include software implementation, consulting, trainings, and all of the great stuff that you can do with Sylius so that we could, gather the requests for offers and then later on introduce you to new customers of yours. We also want to establish new communication loops. So I'm not going to jump into all the details because I have like 2.5 minutes left and quite a lot of things to tell you. But yet we would like to remain more transparent and be in constant touch with you. We are probably also going to hire a new partner manager for the French market. We would also like to appreciate our partners, so we will spend some of our marketing resources promoting every initiative that you take, like this meetup or whatever else you came up with on our social media, but also describe the profile of your companies on daily basis on our social media. So then there's the community. We would like to move a step forward. So for those individuals who work with Sylius but don't have their own companies, we would like to launch an ambassador program so that they can also, contribute to Sylius on a more business level. The good thing is that SyliusCon is actually going to happen on November 3rd. So that's the date you can remember. We already booked a venue. More on that is going to be announced in the next couple of weeks. We are thinking about launching a donation program so that everyone who doesn't contribute to the core code technically but wants to contribute somehow can donate Sylius, and 100% of those donations would be spent on product development. We also have quite some few new developers activities planned, like live streams of coding that we are about to start on weekly basis. And we would also like to appreciate the developers and people who make Sylius so great in some parts of our social media, README, documentation, website, whatsoever, so that we could at least somehow appreciate the great work you do. Then last, there's the question and answers database. So we will also spend some of our time figuring out how we could index the problems that you solve, not only on Slack, but also publicly, so that they don't disappear eventually. In terms of the community product, we think about doing some new features and some great technical stuff. Others are going to tell you more about. Two big things are probably we are going to replace the theming engine and drop the support for Payum at some point. So those are two things many people complained about. But those are going to be elaborated on more in the next speeches. And two other very important things, enhance developers and user documentation. So we try to spend quite a lot of resources improving those two yet important factors of Sylius. Then there's Sylius Plus. So long story short, more modules. So we'll probably introduce a few new modules to our commercial offering. Public documentation, so that every module, everything about Sylius Plus could be read online. I think there's no shame in it. We should tell more people about it. Last very important thing, we would like to bundle Sylius Plus with professional services to encourage merchants to use the support of our certified partners. So whenever they decide to do so, they will get a discount on the Sylius Plus product. In terms of merchants, so yeah, there's something else we would like to do to them, especially to those Sylius Plus merchants. So we'd like to provide the recurring ones with some extra benefits. So we will probably talk to them in the next weeks how we could, give them something as like a free consulting or some kind of free training whatsoever, so that we could appreciate that they are our clients and they are remaining so. We will also, as I said, introduce some new features to the Sylius Plus offering, and yet we would also like to give the Sylius Plus customers the prior access to whatever comes next as part of the Sylius Plus license. And last but not least, the Sylius plugin store. So yeah, there's quite a lot of things we would like to do to promote the idea of doing Sylius plugins, to sell Sylius plugins, and yeah, to accept Sylius plugins, something that we know could have been improved for quite some time. Now it's going to be much easier to get the plugin reviewed, to get it published in the Sylius plugin store, and to sell it. So this is what we would like to participate in. There's a question section. However, I'm already out of time, and I'm going to be here for quite a while. So whatever you want to ask me, you would get a chance to do so in the meantime or after all the speeches. So yeah, that's all I have. I know it's been a lot in short time, but yeah, this is all I have. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. The thing is that I'm going to announce those things to public during some webinar sessions, so you are getting this premium preview access, although it's hosted on YouTube. But I will get the chance to present the final version over YouTube and get more into the details in a few weeks too. But yeah, first let's hear your feedback and let's talk after the speeches. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You can keep it.